Hi folks, hope everybody's okay. It's good to see you. And we're looking at this book, and it's a great book on the Jehovah's Witness teaching and showing that the Jehovah's Witness are not right in what they're teaching. And I'd encourage you to get hold of the book, and you'll find it a great blessing. And we're looking at John chapter 1 verse 1. We're looking at the American Standard Version. In the beginning was the Word, and the Word was with God, and the Word was God. Until around 1950, Jehovah's Witnesses carried with them a copy of the American Standard Version of the Bible, because it features the name Jehovah throughout the Old Testament. But they faced the embarrassing problem of trying to deny the deity of Christ, while the very Bible they held in their hands said plainly that the Word was God. This problem was solved when the Watchtower Society published its own News World translation of the Holy Scriptures. Now, when Christians refer JW to John 1:1, the witnesses can answer, "That's not in my Bible." They can turn to John 1:1 in their own translation and read, "The Word was our God." By reducing Jesus Christ to our God, the Watchtower places him among the many gods and many lords of 1 Corinthians 8:5, on the same level as Satan, the god of this system of things, 2 Corinthians 4:4. The Watchtower Society presents the New World Translation as the anonymous work of the New World Bible Translator Committee, and resists all efforts to identify the members of the committee. They say they do this in order that all credit for the work of God will be to the work of God. But an unbiased observer will quickly note that such anonymity also shields the translators from any blame for errors or distortions of the renderings, and it prevents scholars from checking their credentials. In fact, defectors who have quit Watchtower headquarters in recent years have identified the alleged members of the committee, revealing that none of them was expert in Hebrew, Greek, or Aramaic. Original language from the Bible must be translated. For many years, witnesses turned for support for the Our God rendering to New Testament 1937 of Johannes Gerber, since Gerber also translated it as "The Word was our God." Watchtower Society's publication publications quote and cite Gerber in support of this and other renderings as follows: Aid to Bible Understanding 1969, page 1034, etc. However, after ex-witnesses gave considerable publicity to the fact that Gerber was a spiritist who claimed that Spirit showed him that words to use in this translation, the Watchtower on 4-11-83 said on page 31, this translation was used occasionally in support of renderings of Matthew 27:52-53 and John 1:1 as given in the New World Translation and other authoritative Bible versions, but as indicated in a foreword to the 1980 edition of the New Testament by Johannes Gerber, this translator relied on God's Spirit word to clarify for him how he should translate difficult passage. It is stated his wife, a medium of God's Spirit world, was often instrumental in conveying the correct answers from God's messengers to Pastor Gerber. The Watchtower has deemed it improper to make use of a translation that has such a close support with Spiritism. End of quote. Thus it appears that the Society had only just then discovered Gerber's spiritualistic connections and immediately repented of using him for support. However, this too was yet another deception, because the JW organization already knew of Gerber's Spiritism back in the 1956 Watchtower of February 15, 1956, contains nearly a full page devoted to warning readers against Johannes Gerber and his translation. It refers to his book titled Communication with the Spirit World, Its Laws and Its Purposes, and states, in quote, very plainly the spirit in which ex-priest Gerber believed helped him in this translation. That's the Watchtower-2, 15-56, page 111. Aside from Geber's New Testament and the Watchtower Society's slanted version, other English language Bible translations are nearly unanimous in rendering John 1:1 as the Word was God, and this is consistent with the declaration by the Apostle Thomas, who also found in John's Gospel calling Jesus my Lord and my God, John 20:28. The J.W. World Translation still calls Jesus God in John 20:28 and Isaiah 9:6. In fact, the 1985 Kingdom Interlinear version reveals that Greek literally says Jesus is the God, John 20:28. So there we are.